Like, getting the waters out isn't that hard, but the timing needed for it. I think I need to toss the second one earlier. There we go. Okay, that is the most optimized quick kill. But it is also the riskiest one. Basically, to perform that, you need to be on the same visual that I am right now. The foot is perfectly aligned to the edge of that block. And you're gonna take the damage boost here from the first attack. And keep aware the health that you need to have just to be able to give this a shot. And this is a one-shot strat. If you don't get it, you're pretty much just done. So the general idea, if this is what you want to do, you should have full health going in. I recommend taking the game over on one of the ghost spirits in the graveyard just before entering the mansion. Then once you land, you want to toss a holy water. Basically it needs to land like on that block right there. I would hold up here also just to prep for the holy water toss. I don't know what happened there, that was really weird. But you want to hit the first water toss, like approximately there, so he gets stunned. And then the idea is to toss another one as you come down from the jump to kill him. We're probably not gonna pull off this again, I'm just gonna showcase approximately what you need to do. Jump as soon as you can, really. And then you're on your way down from a jump, just another water. So it's literally just on your way up, toss of water, so it hits him there. And then on your way down, another water. Something like that. And then you just need to time it, which is easier said than done. As for the second method, which is the safer method, you need to be all the way to the left. Crouch. And then turn as you're crouching. And that's a setup for being in the correct position there. And then just toss the water. And we'll see if we can get the correct visual for it. You take a lot less damage here, which is why this is deemed the safer strat, but it's still... The setup for it is just not really that good. I'm not getting the correct visual here. And I'm dead. But you need to stun him and kill him, as with the other one. And you can tell when you have him locked in this position you want him to. We're gonna just try to cover that as well. But because he moves so fast, it's just very hard. You see there, that's the visual for it. It's very hard to tell here right now. But you can see the rock that is like in the corner, so to speak. You see a white line on it going straight up. And you can see the line from Dracula as well, going sort of like perfectly synchronized with that white line into the line from his sprite. That's the visual you want to stun lock him. And then of course you'll keep tossing until he dies. Which sometimes takes forever. I don't like this strategy generally because I've seen people go for this and sometimes they get him like ridiculously fast. And sometimes about the same as it would just do like a normal whip kill or a dagger kill. Sometimes up to like a minute or two. It's very inconsistent because he moves so fast. You don't really have a say in the matter, it's just hoping to God that you just unlock him. It's not really something you can practice, you just really have to go for it. Which is why I think it's the lesser version. But it is the safer version. And there we have him, if I can just... nope. Yeah, as with Death, the idea is that you could just keep stunning him and hoping that he moves one frame and you get him on that frame. It's the same method of killing them. But of course, it's easier said than done. But that's pretty much the two options you have. The current world record from Jagger King actually does have this quick kill version in it. The execution, quite frankly, was a little bit subpar for me to consider it a really good quick kill, but slightly faster than a whip kill version regardless. But because it is so random, partially because of the boss AI himself, and also just because you cannot visually really get used to when you should toss the water to lock him down in that frame, I just don't enjoy the version of it. Which is why I find this one to just be superior, because you can actually control it if you practice it. Of course, you take a lot more damage, and if you don't get it, you're pretty much fucked. However, likewise, if you do miss it, you can very easily revert back to trying this method as well. So that's the upside on it. You get sort of 2 shots there regardless. But either method, of course, is still hella risky. Currently we do not actually need to get this to get a world record. It is not required by any means. Even despite the world record already having the quick kill in there, it can still be optimized, and we still can actually beat that without any quick kill, period. But to summarize, this one is more execution based, so I prefer this one, but it's also riskier because you take a lot more damage. But with the safer version, it's just a lot more coming down to RNG really. There's just no good way of really executing this, you just have to get lucky. Both of them are unreliable. But that is pretty much it for Dracula quick kill. It can be done. Another thing I also want to point out from the previous video I did on the quad drops, the best way after having actually performed the quad drop is just to drop down holding right on the D-pad. I did try it out a little bit more, and as I suspected, if you do the invisible jump into the floor itself and then transition before the camera is aligned, you will automatically die in water. So just hold right on the D-pad and continue on through the transition. That is pretty much it. It's a fun way to kill Dracula, but it is just very inconsistent. You can try to practice it and you can get semi-consistent, but it really isn't suitable for a PB run pace, so to speak. It's something I would do if you're already losing time and you need to catch up somehow. But yeah, that's pretty much it.